Once, long ago, in the middle of a dark, dense wood, stood a castle, in which lived an ugly old witch. Around her castle the witch had woven an enchantment, so that if any youth came within 100 paces, he or she would immediately be turned into a stone statue, and any pretty maiden would be turned into a bird and kept in a cage. The witch kept all the cages in a room in the castle, and all day long she flew about in the form of an owl, and crept about as a cat during the day. In a nearby village lived a pretty young maiden named Jorinda, who often walked in the wood with her sweetheart, a handsome young man named Jorindel. But remembering the enchantment of the castle, they were always careful not to stray too close, keep away from the witch's home. But one evening, so busy were they were discussing their plans for their approaching wedding, that they failed to notice that the setting sun was shining upon the pine trees, and the turtle doves were singing the evening song. Suddenly Jorindel realized how late it was, and at the very same moment he caught sight of the castle through the trees. "We must get away, my love," he urged anxiously. "We are too near the enchanted castle." Jorinda was singing the little song to herself. "The great dove sings in the pine, sweetheart of mine. He sings to his mate of their love, of their love, of their love." Her song stopped suddenly, and Jorindel watched in horror as she was suddenly changed into a nightingale. An owl with the fiery eyes circled around the lovers 3 times before disappearing into the bushes, and Jorinda found herself unable to move. Then the witch appeared from the bushes. Once more in true form, she was pale, thin, with a hooked nose and pointed chin. She looked like a demographic of a certain kind of people, but she seized the nightingale in her hand and, pointing to Jorindel, sang in a crackling voice, "In a prison cage I'll bind her, with my magic I'll surround her. Nevermore shall she be free, hence you lad away with thee." Suddenly Jorindel found himself free to move once more, and he threw himself to his knees before the witch and begged her to restore Jorinda to him once more. But the witch only laughed, and hurried back to the castle, taking the enchanted nightingale with her. And with that, my folks, that's the end.